Hi, my name's Alyssa, and I'm going to teach you how to play Tenerife Sea by Ed Sheeran in the easiest way possible. So I've been playing guitar for about 10 years, but I'm still not very good. I don't practice as much as I should, and I am mostly self-taught. So whenever I'm trying to learn how to play a song, I definitely try to look for the easiest way possible. Tenerife Sea by Ed Sheeran is a really pretty song, but it sounds complicated when you listen to the track. So this is the absolute beginner way to play Tenerife Sea by Ed Sheeran, and it's actually quite easy. And it's only 4 chords. Excuse my cat in the background. So the first chord, every beginner guitarist should know, is G. The main 4 chords everyone usually starts off learning are G, E minor, C, and D. And this uses G, C, and D. So hopefully if you're a beginner, you have those chords mastered because you're gonna need them for this song. The very first chord, like I said, you use is just a G chord. Oh, I forgot to mention, you should have a capo on the first fret if you want it to be in the same key as the actual track. If you don't have a capo, go get one. They're like $5 and they really help because I don't do bar chords. I hate bar chords. All this is it does the barring for you because now everything is up a step, okay? So, first chord, G, hopefully you know G, okay? Now the next chord is called D sus 4, I think. So like I said, I'm pretty much self-taught, so I don't know how these chords are pronounced, I'm just saying it how I read them. So it's D sus 4. So a regular D chord sounds like this, okay? And you don't play the top 2 strings or you kind of mute them with your thumb or whatever. This is a regular D chord, D major, okay? D sus 4 sounds like this, okay? And how you do it, it's pretty similar to D, but you're gonna put your 4th and your third and second finger. So I grew up playing piano. So in piano, your fingers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in guitar, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I switch them up sometimes, that's why. It's because I'm a piano player, not really a guitar player. But basically you're gonna take your ring finger, put it on the 3rd fret of the E string, take your middle finger, and they're gonna be right next to each other. Okay, so your E finger's on E, B, D, B. See, I don't even know the names of the strings. Your ring finger on the lowest string, or the highest, I guess, but the lowest to the ground. And your middle finger is gonna go right next to it, 3rd fret on the E, A, D, G, B, the B string, okay? And your pointer finger is going to go on the 3rd from the bottom on the 2nd fret. So they're all right next to each other, okay? So from bottom up, it goes 3rd fret, 3rd fret, 2nd fret. And again, don't really play the top couple strings or dampen them with your thumb, but it should sound like this. Okay? So it goes from G to D sus 4. Okay? And it's really easy to shift from G to D sus 4 because all your middle finger is doing is sliding all the way to the bottom, and your first finger is just moving over 2 strings. So it's really easy to just pull them down to that next chord. So, okay, high horse. Then the chord that comes after that it's C-A-D-D-9. In my head I pronounce it CAD9, but I don't actually know how to pronounce it. It's just a C chord, but you don't use your middle finger. So play a normal C chord, but lift up your middle finger. So it sounds like this. Okay, so regular C chord, CAD9. And that's pretty much all you need for this whole song. So it goes G to D sus 4 to CAD9, back to G, back to D sus 4, back to CAD9. It sounds like this. So after you do, you're gonna do that G, D sus 4, CAD9 chord progression 3 times, And then there is one more chord you need to know, and it's the easiest one in the whole song. It's E minor / D. And there's 2 ways to play this, and they're both really easy. So the first way is to just not play these top 2 strings and only play the bottom 4 open. Okay, that's what it sounds like. Or if you're like me and you don't like only playing the bottom 4, because I always hit the top 2 and it sounds funky, what you can do is with any finger, I usually use my middle finger, put it on the 2nd fret of the 2nd string, so A, I think, and play the rest of them open. So you're holding down 1 string, 2nd fret of the A string, and play the rest open, so like this. They sound the exact same, and, okay? This one is easier in my opinion because you don't have to worry about not nicking any of the top strings. So it goes from E minor / D to D sus4, back to cad 9. And that's the whole song. It sounds harder than it is, which is why I like it, because when you play cad 9, it really sounds like you know what you're doing, except you literally are holding down 2 strings. But it sounds pretty. Okay, so that is the whole song. It's G, G major, D sus4, cad 9, and E minor / D. Okay, I will zoom in on my fingers to show you because I'm really bad at explaining how to do it. Because like I said, I'm self-taught. I don't really know all the lingo, but that is how you play that entire song. You can play without the capo too. It's just not going to be in the same key as the, the CD, so it'll be. That's it. Okay, and here are the chords up close. Here is just a regular old G chord. Actually, maybe I should put my capo back on. Ugh. If you've never played with the capo before, you just put it on whatever fret is gonna help you be in the right key. And then you play every chord as if this was the first fret, okay? So G is just gonna be here, okay? So G chord uses these 3 fingers, bottom string, top string, both on the 3rd fret, and then your pointer finger goes on the 2nd fret of the 2nd string. So it just sounds like this. Okay. D sus4 also uses these 3 fingers. These 2 are going to be right next to each other on the 3rd fret on the bottom 2 strings, like that. And your pointer finger is going to be on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string from the bottom. So it looks like this, and it sounds like this. And then finally, cad 9 or whatever, regular C chord, okay? Lift up your middle finger. It sounds like this. And then last but not least, E minor / D. You could just not play these top 2 and play the bottom 4 open. Or you could take any finger, I use my middle finger, and do the 2nd fret of the 2nd string, okay? Like this. And that's it. Okay, so as I was editing this video, I realized that was not the entire song because I forgot how to teach you how to play the bridge, which I'm not gonna sing it for you, but it sounds like this. Hold on. And then he does it a 2nd time, and a 3rd time. Okay, so there actually is a 5th chord in this song, and it's E minor, which is one of my favorite chords because it's super easy. It's 2 fingers, they're on the same fret, 1 string apart. E minor sounds like this, okay? It is the 2nd and 3rd string, 2nd fret, and I use these 2 fingers. Sometimes I use these 2 fingers depending on my mood, But so the bridge, he says, Lumiere, darling, Lumiere over me. I don't know what that means, but it goes E minor to Cad 9 again, to G, to D sus 4, back to E minor, back to Cad 9, and then straight to D sus 4, skip the G. Okay? And if you want to, and he sings that 2 or 3 times, if you want to do a cute little like, what we call in choir, or I guess any music, I think it's called a resolution, where you have this dissonance, and then you play the actual chord. So if you want, on the very last time he says Lumiere over me, you can do D sus 4, and then regular D. The strumming pattern for this is kind of whatever you want it to be, but the way I've been doing it is down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. That's it. Strumming was something that came pretty naturally to me. I never really had to teach myself how to do it, but some people appreciate when you put that in videos. It's just down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, whole time. If you want to get fancy with it, you can, but that's how I do it. Can we just take a second to appreciate not only how my cat has absolutely mauled this ottoman, but he knows how cute he is.